Now let us start the new chapter, that is visualizing solid shapes. Now what are the plane figures and what are the solid shapes? So what is the difference between the plane figures and the solid shapes? Now if you observe the rectangle, square or any triangle or any circle or all these plane figures, they have only the two dimensions, that are the length and breadth. So the figures which have only the length and breadth are called plane figures. Now let us write the definition of plane figures. The figures which have only length and breadth are called plane figures. Now the plane figures do not have the height or depth, means the approximately their thickness is 0. So then they can be drawn on the paper. The plane figures can be drawn on a paper. So we can show any plane figure on a paper by drawing its shape. Now for example, the rectangle, it has only the two dimensions, length and breadth. It has no thickness, so it is said to be a plane figure. And even the square, now it is also a plane figure, but its length and breadth are equal. And if you take a triangle, so it has no thickness, so it is also said to be a plane figure. And if you take the round shape, so that is circle, now it is also a plane figure. And if you take any quadrilateral, so this is also a plane figure. Now the figures which have only length and breadth but not height or but not depth, so are called plane figures. And the plane figures can be drawn on a paper. So the plane figures can be drawn on a flat surface or on a paper. Now rectangle, square, triangle, circle and a quadrilateral or any type of quadrilateral, any type of triangles, so these are all the examples of plane figures. And plane figures have only two dimensions, so these are said to be 2D figures. Plane figures have only two dimensions, so they are, in short, they are said to be 2D figures. So plane figures are also called 2D figures because of they have only the two dimensions, length and breadth. Now let us see the next topic, solid shapes. Now what are the solid shapes? So the plane figures means they have only the two dimensions such as length and breadth, but solid shapes have the three dimensions. Now the shapes which have length, breadth and height or depth are called solid shapes. So the shapes which have the length, breadth and also the height are called the solid shapes. Now the solid shapes occupy space. the solid shapes occupy space. Now let us see the examples of solid shapes. Now if you take any cuboid, the cuboid is an example of a solid shape. Now if you consider the cube, now the cuboid has length, width as well as height, and even the cube has length, width and height. So a cube is also said to be solid shape. And if you take any sphere, a sphere is also said to be solid shape. And if you take conical shape, cone, and if you take cylinder, so these are all solid shapes. And if you take any triangular pyramid, a triangular pyramid is also said to be solid shape, because all these shapes have the length, width as well as height. Now the solid shapes have 3 dimensions. The solid shapes so these are said to be 3D figures. In short, 3D shapes or 3D figures. Now let us see what are the vertices, edges and faces of a solid shape. Now let us see the vertices, edges and faces of a solid shape. If we consider any cuboid, for example, there is a cuboid which have length, width as well as height. Now the vertices, see, vertices means the corners of the solid shape. So all these corners of the solid shape A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So these are the corners of the solid shape. These corners are called vertices of the solid shape. The corners of the solid shape are called its vertices. Now what are the edges? Edges means the line segments AB, BC, CG and FG. So all the line segments which form the skeleton of the solid shape. So in this skeleton of the cuboid, so all the line segments which form the skeleton of the solid shape are called its edges. Now the line segments which form the skeleton of the solid shape are called its edges. So this B, C, these are called vertices. This is vertex and this is edge. Then what are the faces? Now the flat surface ABCD or EFGH or BCGF. So these are the flat surfaces. So these are the skin of the solid shape. So like ABCD, so this will be as the skin of the solid shape. So this flat surface is called the face. Now the flat surfaces that are the skin of the solid shape are called its faces. Now this flat surface, so this is called a face. So the vertices means the corners of the solid shape are called its vertices, and the edge means the line segments which form the skeleton of the solid shape are called its edges. And so what are the faces? So the flat surfaces that are the skin of the solid shape are called its faces. Now let us see the number of vertices, the number of faces and the number of edges of a solid of different solid shapes like a cuboid and the triangular pyramid. So let us take these two solid shapes and we will find the number of vertices and the edges and also the faces. Now first we will take cuboid, and here we will take triangular pyramid. Now a cuboid and a triangular pyramid. Now let us find the number of vertices. Number of faces and the number of edges. Now how many vertices are there in case of a cuboid? Now let us find the number of vertices, the number of faces and the number of edges in case of a cuboid and a triangular pyramid. Now how many vertices that a cuboid has. Now if you take the top face, so it has 4 vertices, so 1 2 3 4, and even the bottom also it has 4, so 4 plus 4 it has 8 vertices. And the number of faces, so each corner is a vertex. Then the number of faces, so here 4 lateral faces means 4 side faces, lateral surfaces, and including the top and bottom, so including these two, totally 6 faces in case of a cuboid. And how many edges? Now if you find the number of edges in the cuboid, so then the top rectangle, the top face has 1 2 3 4 edges, and even the bottom has 4 edges, 4 plus 4 8, and all the heights, so these are also edges, so these 4 are there, so total 8 plus 4 12 edges in case of a cuboid. So there are 8 vertices, 6 faces, and 12 edges. Now next, if you take the triangular pyramid, so triangular pyramid means the shape of the base is a triangle, and even so from the each edge of the triangular base one lateral face is there. So let us find the vertices of the triangular pyramid. The base has 3 vertices and the top has only 1 vertex, so totally 4 vertices in a triangular pyramid. Now number of faces, how many faces are there? So in case of a triangular pyramid there are 3 lateral faces and 1 base, so totally 4 faces in a triangular pyramid. And how many edges are there? So if you count the edges, the base has 3 edges, and so these 3 lateral edges, so 3 plus 3 6 edges are there in case of a triangular pyramid. So these are the number of vertices, faces, and edges in case of a cuboid or in case of a triangular pyramid. The 2-dimensional figures can be identified as the faces of the 3D shaped figures. For example, in case of a cuboid, now all the faces will be as all the faces are the rectangles. So these faces are the 2-dimensional figures. So these 2-dimensional figures means rectangles can be identified as the faces of the 3D figure, that is cuboid. Now if you take the triangular pyramid, so here each face is in the shape of a triangle. So all these triangles are the faces of the 3D figure, that is triangular pyramid. Now if you take any cylinder, now it has 2 faces called circles. So these 2 faces are in the shape of circles. The circles are 2D figures. So here also the 2-dimensional figures called circles are the faces of the 3D figure called cylinder. So we can understand that, so all the 2-dimensional figures can be identified as the faces of the 3D shapes. Now let us see the next topic, nets for building solid shapes. Now what is a net? Now if you take any hollow cube and cut along the edges, then we can unfold it, then we will get the flat surface, that is called the net of the solid figure cube. Now for example, if you take any hollow cube and cut along the edges, then we will get the shape like this. Now as a cube has 6 faces, so here also we can find out 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. Now this is a two-dimensional figure that can be folded to make the cube, that is the three-dimensional figure. Now a net is a skeleton outline of a solid that can be folded to make it. So a net is a skeleton outline of a solid that can be folded to make it. Now if you again fold the net at each edge, then we will get again the shape of solid, that is a cube. Now a solid can have different nets. The same solid can have different nets. Now this is one of the nets of the solid, that is cube. Now if you take any conical shape, now what is the net diagram of the conical shape? So that is a sector. The net of the conical shape is a sector. Now if you take a square pyramid, now this is a square pyramid. Now what is the net of the square pyramid? Now it has a square face, the other faces are triangular faces. So this is the net of the square pyramid. Now if you unfold again these nets, then we can make the concerned solid shape of the given net. Now with the help of nets, we can draw even the solid shapes realistically on a flat surface, that is on the paper. So these nets are called 2D representation of 3D shapes. 2D representation of 3D shapes. So these nets are helpful for us to draw the solid shapes on a flat surface, that is on a paper. So that is why these nets are called 2D representation of the 3D shapes, so that is solids. So far we have discussed what are the plane figures and what are the solid shapes and the vertices, edges and faces of a solid shape, and we have also discussed what is the net of the solid shapes. Now let us do a few problems regarding all these topics. Now the first question, identify the nets which can be used to make cubes. Now if you take the net of the cube, now there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces, but if you fold all these 6 faces, but exactly the cube cannot be formed. Now so from these faces a cube cannot be formed. Now if you cut out all the faces and you can check to form the cube. Now with this, so we can form the cube. A cube can be formed. Now if you take this figure, now here also we can say that a cube cannot be found because, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, so this first face will be left face of the cube, then this, so this third will be right of the cube, and again this 4 will be top of the cube, and this 5 left, so this 6 will be left here, so a cube cannot be formed here. Now from this nut we can form the cube. So if you take 1 2 3 4 5 6 faces, then if you fold all the 6 faces of this net, then we can form the cube. A cube can be formed. Now let us see the next question. Insert suitable numbers in the blanks, remembering that the number on the opposite faces should total to 7. Now these are the nets of a dice. If you take any dice, on each face the numbers will be written, so the sum of the numbers on the opposite faces should be equal to 7. Now if you take any die, the sum of the numbers on the opposite faces should be 7. Now based on that information, so we should write the blanks, we should fill the blanks on the remaining faces. Now here if you take the faces of the die, so then now the 3 faces are numbered with 4 5 6, then we should write the numbers on the other faces. Now if you follow a logic in this, now if you want to fill up this, now come from 5, now 1 2, so this is related to now this face, so sum of these two numbers should be 7. So here if it is 5 means then 5 plus 2 is 7, so this will be 2. Then again, so we will come from 4, 1 2, the second figure, the second face, so this is related to 4, so 4 plus 3 is 7, so then this is 3, then 2 3 4 5 6 except 1, all the numbers are written, so here the other number is 1. Now if you take the second nut of the dice, so here we take now 3 1 2 3, so third, now this will be related to 2, so 2 plus 5 is 7, so this is equal to 5. Now again it will come from 1, so 1 2 3, so third one, this one is related to this thing now, so this is, so 1 plus 6 is 7, so this is 6, then 1 2 3 5 6, so then 4 is missing, then we write this face as 4. Then if you fold these nets to form a dice or to form a cube, then the sum of the numbers on the opposite faces will be 7. Now let us see the next question. Can this be a net for a die? Explain your answer. Now if you take any die, so if you take the sum of the numbers on the opposite faces, it should be equal to 7. Then it can be considered as the die. Now whether this net can be formed a die or not, let us see now. Now if you find the sum of the numbers on the opposite faces, so 1 plus its opposite, the number on its opposite face is 1 2 3, so 1 plus 4 equals to 5 but not equals to 7. And if you take 2, so 1 2 3, so 2 plus 5 equals to 7, then 3, now 1 2 3, so 3 plus 6 equals to 9 but not 7. So the sum of the numbers on two pairs of opposite faces is not equal to 7. So this pair and this pair, the sum of the numbers on two pairs of opposite faces is not equal to 7. Therefore, it is not a net for a die. Now let us see the next question. Draw the nets of the following solids. Draw the nets of the following solids. The first figure, now it is a cube. Now what is the net for the cube? Now there are 6 faces. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is the net for the cube. Now if you take a cylinder, now what is the net of the cylinder? Now two circular bases along with a rectangular face. So this is a net of the cylinder, and if you take any cone, now if you take the net of a cone, so that is a sector, a circle over it. And if you take any triangular square pyramid, not a triangular pyramid, we should consider a square pyramid here. So then its net figure is a square face along with 4 triangular faces. Now this is the net of a square pyramid. So these are the net figures of cube, cylinder, cone and square pyramid. Now let us go to the next topic, that is the drawing solids on a flat surface. Now how to draw the solid on a flat surface? So where we are drawing a paper is a flat surface, but if you take any cube, now this cube has 3 dimensions such as length, breadth and height. So if you try to draw the cube on a flat surface, then the figure, the dimensions somewhat distorted. Now if the cube has the 3 dimensions such as length, breadth as well as height, So if you draw the cube on a flat surface, that is on a paper, now the some lengths, the hidden lengths, backside length, breadth, height, some are distorted, so all the faces and all the edges are not visible. Then how to overcome this problem? So how to draw the not only cube, how to draw the cuboid, cube and pyramid. So all these solid figures, how can they be drawn on the flat surface, that is on the paper? Now to overcome this problem, so the two important types of drawing are there. So that is, first one is oblique sketch. Now the second one is isometric sketch. Now first let us see what is oblique sketch. So how to draw the solid shapes on the oblique sketch. Now oblique sketch, now the square dot, the squared lines or the square dots, consider all these squared lines or square dots on a paper. Now this is oblique paper. Now how to draw the 3 by 3 cube on this two-dimensional paper? Now how to draw the 3 by 3 cube on this oblique paper? Now first let us draw the front face by taking 3 units. 1, 2, 3. So here also we take 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Now this is the front face of the cube. Now let us take back face. Now the two faces are the same length and breadth and height. So 3 centimeters length and 3 centimeters breadth. Now let us join the corners. Now here 3 centimeters, here also 3 centimeters. So every side is 3 centimeters here. Now let us draw the dotted lines for the hidden edges. Now this is actually 3 by 3 cube, means all the length, breadth, height all are of equal edge. But if you see the oblique sketch of the cube, then so all the front face and the hidden face, so these are in the shape of a square. But if you see these edges, so these are looking like only 1 centimeter. So but these are not proportion to the actual cube. So but even though we are able to identify this as the 3 by 3 cube, So because now in this oblique sketch, so of course the hidden parts like the back face and the left side face and the bottom face, so these also looking like the cube. Now if you see the faces of the cube, now all the faces are of equal size, and if you take the edges of the cube, now these edges are looking like of the same size, but where you consider these edges, so these are not of the same, which are equal in case of a cube. So but even though we are able to recognize this as the cube, now but how to make the even these edges also equal in case of a cube? So to overcome this problem, so there is another method of sketch, that is isometric sketch. So using the isometric sketch, we can even represent all the edges equal. Now this is the isometric dot sheet. Now this sheet divides the paper into the equilateral triangles made up of the dots or lines. Now here all the equilateral triangles are formed if we join the dots. Now the sheet which divides the plane into the equilateral triangles made up of the dots or lines. So this type of sheet is called isometric dot sheet. Now using the isometric dot sheet, we can draw the isometric sketch of a solid shape. Now in the isometric sketch, the measurements are proportional to the measurements of the original figure. Now let us see how to draw the isometric sketch of a three-dimensional figure, that is called solid shape. Now let us draw the isometric sketch and oblique sketch for the given question. So give an oblique sketch and an isometric sketch for a cuboid of dimensions 5 cm, 3 cm and 2 cm. Is your sketch unique? So let us draw the oblique sketch first. So if you take the length as 5 cm, so then we take the length 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the length is 5 centimeters, and we will take the breadth 2 centimeters. Let us draw the front face. Now let us take the next other face. Now this is the oblique sketch for the cuboid of dimensions 5 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. But here the both length and breadth are equal to the given dimensions of the cuboid, but here this dimension 3 centimeters is not equal to the given dimension. Now if you draw the isometric sketch for the same solid, the same cuboid, we can overcome this problem. Now let us see how to draw the isometric sketch for the same solid. Now first we will take the length as 5 centimeters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters, and we will take height as 2 centimeters. Now we will take the breadth as 3 centimeters. Now let us take the breadth as 3 centimeters. So we will take here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is the given dimensions. This is the cuboid of the given dimensions. Now drawing either oblique sketch or isometric sketch is not unique for the cuboid of the given dimensions. Here we have chosen the length as 5 centimeters. Here also we have chosen the length as 5 centimeters. But we can draw the oblique sketch or isometric sketch of the cuboid of the given dimensions by taking 3 centimeters as the length, or we can draw the same thing by taking 2 centimeters as the length. So drawing the oblique sketch or isometric sketch for the given cuboid is not unique. So we can draw different sketches for the same cuboid. Now let us see the next topic, that is visualizing solid shapes. Now visualizing solid shapes is a very useful skill. You should be able to find the hidden cubes of the solid shape. Now if you take the first figure, so this is the combination of the cubes. Now some cubes are kept together side by side or one above the other. Now if you see from the front, then we can find out only 1, 2, 3 cubes. But if you see the hidden cubes also in the figure, then we can find one more cube, that is just backside the front cube. So we can find the total cubes in the figure 4. Now if you take the second figure, so here we can find 1, 2, 3 cubes plus 1, 4 plus one hidden cube is that is 5. So there are 5 cubes in this solid. So in the first figure there are 4 cubes in the given solid. Now let us see one question. If two cubes of dimensions 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters are placed side by side, then what would be the dimensions of the resulting cuboid? So when two cubes of dimensions 2 by 2 by 2 are placed together side by side, then what is the, now a cuboid is formed. So what is the length, breadth and height of the cuboid? So when you place two cubes side by side, so the length will be increased. So the length of the resulting cuboid equals to 2 plus 2, that equals to 4 centimeters, and breadth is same 2 centimeters, and even height also the same, that is 2 centimeters. So only the length of the cuboid is increased, because so length of the cuboid is equal to the length of the cube plus length of the first cube plus length of the second cube. So that is 2 plus 2, 4 centimeters. But breadth and height of the cuboid are same as the breadth and height of the cube. Now let us see the next topic, that is viewing different sections of a solid. The first way to view an object is by cutting or slicing. So when you cut any solid shape, then for example if you take a cuboid, now there are two cuttings or slicing of a solid shape. So the cutting or slicing of the solid shape is called cross section. Now there are two types of cross sections. One is horizontal cross section and the second one is vertical cross section. Now if you cut the cuboid horizontally, then we will get the shape of rectangle of each solid. So there is a rectangular in the horizontal cross section, we get the rectangular shape, and even in the vertical cross section, so again we get the rectangular shape. So this shape. So this is the vertical cross section and this is the horizontal cross section. Now if you take the cube and if you cut either vertically or horizontally, we will get the square. So if you cut horizontally or vertically, so we get the, if you cut horizontally, then we get the square shape, and if you cut vertically, so we get the square. Now let us take a conical shape. Now if you cut the cone vertically, we get the triangular shape, and if you cut horizontally, we get the circular ring. So there are two types of cuttings or slicing, horizontal and vertical cross sections. Now let us solve a problem based on the cutting or slicing of a solid. Now here in the table, different solids are taken in the row and the cross sections are given horizontal and vertical cross sections. Now first a brick. A brick is in the shape of a cuboid. Now if you cut the brick horizontally, then we get the rectangular shape. So the horizontal cross section is a rectangle, and even the vertical cross section also a rectangle. Now a round apple. The horizontal or vertical cross section both are circles, so we will get the circular shape. So if you cut the circle horizontally, then we get and if you cut the apple vertically, so both are circular shapes, so circle. And if you take a die is nothing but a cube. Now if you cut horizontally, so then horizontal cross section of a die or a cube is a square, and vertical cross section is also a square. Now a circular pipe. Now if you cut the circular pipe horizontally, then we get a rectangular shape. And if you cut vertically, you will get the circle. Now if it has a thickness, then we get a circular ring. Now a conical ice cream. So an ice cream is in the shape of a cone. Ice cream cup is in the shape of a cone. Then the vertical cross section. Now first the horizontal cross section will be a circle, or it is a circular ring because it has a thickness, so we get circular ring. And vertical cross section will be a triangle. So these are the horizontal and vertical cross sections of the different solids, like a brick means a cuboid, sphere and cube, cylinder and cone. Now the second way of the figure is a shadow play. Another way is by observing a 2D shadow of a 3D shape. Now there is a spherical ball, so ball is in the shape of a sphere. So if you keep the ball in front of the torchlight and if you observe the shadow of the spherical ball, so then we get the shadow of the spherical ball is a circular shape. Now this shadow is in the shape of a circle, but actual solid, so the spherical ball has the 3 dimensions, but whereas its shadow has only 2 dimensions. So when the solid shape, so it is a solid shape, the ball is a solid shape, but its shadow is a plane figure. So the original object is a 3D shape, but its shadow is a 2D shape. Now in place of spherical ball, if you keep the triangular pyramid, then what is the shape of its shadow? Then you will get a triangle. Now if you keep the cylinder in front of the torchlight, then you will get a rectangular shape. So for different solid objects, we can find their shadows differently as the 2D figures, means 2-dimensional figures. Now let us see the question. Here are the shadows of some 3D objects when seen under the lamp of an overhead projector. Then identify the solid or solids that match each shadow. Now here the circle, a square and a triangle and a rectangle. So different figures are given. So these are the shadows observed when some solid objects are kept below the lamp of overhead projector. Then we should identify the original solid which can cast the shadow of a circle and of a square and a triangle and a rectangle. Now if you take any, so these are plane figures. Now if you take any compact disc or any circular object, now so this is in the spherical shape. Now this can give the shadow of a circle. Now we can take any compact disc or any other circular shaped object. So then the compact disc or anything, it will give the shadow of circular, or we can take any sphere like spherical shape, like a ball. So we can take even a ball to give the shadow of a circle. Now next, a square. So which object give the shadow of a square? Now we can easily say that a dice can give the shadow of a square. So it is a 3-dimensional object. It will give the shadow of the square. Now triangle. So which object will give the shadow of a triangle? So it is a triangular pyramid. So a triangular pyramid can give the shadow of the triangle. Then rectangle. So your textbook or notebook, so these will give the shadow of the rectangle. Now let us see the third way. The third way is by looking at it from certain angles to get different views. Now if any solid shape is given, so we can see the shape in 3 different ways So the three different ways are top view, front view and side view. So the object, the solid shape will look differently if you observe the shape in different ways. So if you take the example of a building, now if you see the front view of the building, so we can get this shape, exactly this shape. So this is the front view of the building. Now if you see the building from the side, so then we get two rectangular shapes together. Now this is side view. Now if you see from the top, then again we get two rectangles. So this is top view of the given building. So the building will look differently from different views. So if you see from the front view, the building looks in this shape, and if you see the building from the side, it looks in the two rectangular shape, two rectangles together, and from the top it will look again the two rectangles. Now let us identify the top view, front view and side view of the two objects. Now the first solid for this top view, then front view, then side view. Now if you see the top view of the first object, first solid, so top view, from top we can find three squares of equal sizes side by side. So this is the top view of the given solid, and from side, then front view, even from the front we can observe the three squares of equal size. So this is the front view of the given solid. Then side view, from side we can find out only one square. Now the second solid, from top we can find out two rectangles. Adjacent to each other. Then from front view, so we can find only the triangular shape. Now side view also we can find out the rectangle. So these are the different views of the given solids: top view, front view and side view.